This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
It's Thursday, April 16th, and time for the Barbados Today morning update. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. A warm welcome to you. A veteran trade unionist takes the Barbados Light and Power to task over pending layoffs. In fact, Sir Roy Trotman says the decision by BL&P to send home some 20% of its workforce is not only disrespectful to the trade union movement, its workers and Labour Minister Esther Bayer, but Prime Minister Frondell Stewart as well. And he's calling on the Prime Minister to answer to that disrespect. He charged that the utility company made the layoff decision without following proper procedure. And he says the BL&P or any other company cannot be allowed to show such disregard over the wishes of the people and the democracy that they love. The former Barbados Workers' Union General Secretary made the comments as he contributed to the debate on the Electric Light and Power Amendment Bill in the Senate yesterday. Teachers in the country are sticking to their guns about not marking school-based assessment projects for the Caribbean Examination Council. This as the deadline for the submission of papers expired yesterday. President of the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union, Mary Redmond, tells Barbados Today members are resolute on the issue. However, she pointed out that while the school's deadline has expired, the deadline for submission to the CXC was not until April 30th. Police investigations continue into the unnatural death of a Swedish visitor. The man, whose name has not yet been released by police, was on a pleasure cruise when the incident occurred around 1:35 yesterday afternoon. He was snorkeling in the waters of Bronx Beach when he reportedly encountered difficulties. He was pulled out of the water by crew members of the catamaran and other passengers, but was unresponsive even after a doctor on board administered CPR. He died by the time the catamaran got to shore. The man was a passenger on the Costa Magica, which is currently docked at the Bridgetown port. The island's top prosecutor is currently reviewing the case on last month's deadly shooting of 57-year-old Selwyn Knight, and Director of Public Prosecutions Charles Leacock tells Barbados Today he will soon be instructing the police force on what action should be taken. Knight was fatally shot by an officer in Dash Gap, Bushell, St. Michael, as he and his son Junior tried to recover items from Jamal Skeet, who had broken into their nearby Queen Mary Road bank hall home. Leacock says he received the case file a week ago. A local businessman is calling for a better environment for small enterprises to thrive in the country. And Hal Martin, the owner of Regency Cove Hotel, is suggesting a system in which entrepreneurs are treated differently from large corporations and non-Barbadian investors when it comes to accessing funding. At the same time, he also took issue with a university lecturer who recently suggested that small businesses should be allowed to fail if they were struggling to stay alive.
I understand the statement being made and the intent of the statement, but I take issue because no business really fails. That is part of the experience. No business fails, and in fact, it has been proven that over the last 30 or 40 years, it's these small business that spur real economic growth, one, and two, building innovation for new ideas.
To sports now, and Barbados will host GRIFFITHS 2017. Word of this from Sports Minister Stephen Lashley, who says a committee has already begun planning the event, which he describes as a mammoth task. It will be the second time in 36 years that Bridgetown will play host to the games.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
test of character, a test of focus, a test of will, a test of resilience, a test of courage. Barbados, the test is on. West Indies, England, May 1st at the Mecca. Tickets $30, $40, $50, and $60. It's on.
Are you Barbados is on?
FAS Entertainment presents the Digicel Vintage Reggae Show and Dance featuring MARCIA GRIFFITHS, Gabby Thompson,
It's a miracle.
Fab Five,
I'm the man they call sweet.
Boris Gardiner,
I wanna wake up with you.
LEROY GIBBONS,
Magic moment.
CHAKA DEMUS and PLYERS, ADMIRAL TIBET, plus Biggie Irie and Super Ruben, MC Admiral International, the Digicel Vintage Reggae Show and Dance, Friday, April 24th, Garfield Somers Gymnasium, showtime 9 p.m.
To news from the region, a Jamaican ganja advocate has welcomed the new law pertaining to the use of small quantities of marijuana for medicinal and religious uses. We get more in this report from Television Jamaica.
Attorney at law Miguel Lorne indicated that this is a significant step as it marks the beginning of a move for Jamaica to reap tremendous benefits from marijuana. The new law means that the possession of a small quantity of ganja has been decriminalized. It means ganja is still not legal. Persons found in possession of less than 2 ounces of marijuana will now be ticketed. As for the benefits, he says the planned creation of a licensing body will result in more structure and greater production for ganja and related industries, such as hemp.
But hemp itself now has less than, and defined by the law, less than 1% of THC.
Okay.
Right? So now the hemp industry and so on, it also comes under the law, but again you'd have to apply for a license.
Okay.
They'll be setting up licensing board whereby you can, you deal with hemp. Hemp can make paper, clothes, shoes, so many things.
And finally, on the international scene, the United Nations Refugee Agency says not enough is being done to save the lives of the rising number of migrants trekking across the Mediterranean to Europe. This as 400 migrants are feared dead after their boat capsized off Libya.
These are the first pictures of the 145 survivors of a desperate shipwreck. Italy has rescued them, and they have told a terrifying story. They boarded their boat in Libya, and it sank out at sea. 400 of their fellow passengers, including teenagers and children, may have drowned.
A group of them have declared that they departed from Libya and unfortunately after 20 hours from the departure the boat capsized. Only 145 people were rescued, but they believe that about 400 people instead died.
In recent days, Italy has rescued almost 10,000 migrants at sea.
And on that note, we come to the end of our morning updates, but we'll be back again this afternoon. Until then, remember, you can log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also, you can tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV, as well as Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Have a wonderful day.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.